If you're a man over 60, I want you to be brutally honest with yourself for a moment. When you wake up, do you feel weaker? Less alive? Is there a noticeable lack of power down there? Before you write it off as just getting older, I need you to lean in and listen closely. Because the truth is far more surprising, and much more hopeful, than you've been led to believe. Most men your age are silently starving their circulation every single night, cutting off the very fuel their body needs to rebuild itself. And the solution isn't some expensive pill or punishing workout. It all starts with just one spoon of the right food before bed. I'm Dr. Mohit Kara, a men's health specialist with over 30 years in the trenches, helping men just like you reignite their strength, their energy, and their connection, both physically and emotionally. What I'm about to share is one of the most overlooked, yet powerful, tools in male health. We've all been trained to focus on the morning workouts, vitamins, energy boosters. But what if I told you the real magic, the deep healing, happens while you sleep? Your body is designed to be an incredible repair machine, actively trying to rebuild arteries, restore testosterone, and send a surge of blood flow where you need it most. You just have to give it the right fuel. In this video, I'm going to reveal 7 simple, delicious bedtime foods. Each one has the power to improve blood flow, rebuild muscle, and restore your vitality, even if you're in your 70s or 80s. And you will not want to go anywhere, because coming up, I'll reveal the one food I call nature's Viagra in a spoon. I'll show you how using it just once before sleep could fundamentally change the way you wake up tomorrow, and every day after. Before we dive in, do me and yourself a favor, hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell. You won't want to miss another tip designed to help men over 60 feel strong, vibrant, and in control again. And if you're ready to take back your health, type "I'm ready" in the comments below. Let's create a community of men who refuse to fade away. Alright, let's get into it. 1. Why circulation fades at night, and why that's your advantage. Let me tell you something most men never hear from their doctors. The blood flow to your groin isn't just about arousal. It's a barometer for your overall health. It's tied to your identity, your confidence, and your quality of life. After 60, that circulation can fade with alarming speed. But here's the part no one talks about: nighttime is your greatest opportunity for healing. I remember a patient, Joe. 71 years old, a retired firefighter with hands that had saved lives and a spirit that had commanded respect. He sat in my office, his voice barely a whisper, telling me he hadn't felt like a man in over a year. He wasn't just talking about performance. He felt disconnected from his own body, a stranger in his own skin. I asked him, "Joe, what are you doing in the hour before bed?" "Like most men," he said, "nothing really, doc. Watch some TV, try to relax." That's when it hit me. We are ignoring the most powerful healing window of the day. As we age, our nitric oxide levels plummet. Think of nitric oxide as the gatekeeper molecule that tells your blood vessels to relax and open wide, allowing blood to flow freely. Combine low nitric oxide with declining testosterone and stiffer arteries, and it's a perfect storm for losing sensitivity, strength, and stamina. But here's the kicker: your body wants to repair this damage while you sleep. During deep sleep, your body releases growth hormone, rebuilds tissue, and rebalances your nervous system. The problem is, it can't build a house without bricks. Most men go to bed with an empty fuel tank. They skip protein, lack magnesium, are slightly dehydrated, or have unstable blood sugar. All of this silently chokes off circulation where it matters most. Joe made one small change. He started giving his body the right fuel before bed. Within weeks, he was sleeping deeper, waking with more energy, and yes, feeling more alive and confident down there. I'll never forget him coming back for his follow-up, standing taller, that firefighter's spark back in his eyes. So, what did Joe eat? Let's begin. 2. Soft-boiled or poached eggs, the nitric oxide starter. When was the last time you saw an egg and thought, "That could restore my manhood"? We think of them as breakfast. But as a doctor, I'm telling you, 2 soft-boiled eggs at night might do more for your performance than a shelf full of supplements. I had a patient named Walter, a 68-year-old retired math teacher. Brilliant man, but deeply skeptical. He told me, "Doc, if something as simple as an egg could change how I feel, someone would have told me by now." I smiled and said, Walter, that's exactly what I'm doing. The power isn't just the protein. It's a key amino acid called leucine, which directly stimulates muscle protein synthesis and, crucially for us, the release of nitric oxide. Eggs are also packed with vitamin D, which is essential for healthy testosterone levels, and vitamin B12, which enhances nerve signaling, critical for sensitivity and arousal. Doctors tip, why soft-boiled or poached? It keeps the yolk runny, preserving more nutrients, and it's incredibly easy on the stomach, allowing for slow, steady digestion and nutrient delivery all night long. Walter added 2 soft-boiled eggs to his bedtime routine. No other changes. In 10 days, he reported firmer morning erections and fewer nighttime bathroom trips. It wasn't magic. It was science, working with his body. 3. Almond butter, the artery relaxer. Picture this, you're in the kitchen late at night, looking for a snack that won't wreck your sleep or your blood sugar. I want you to reach for the almond butter. Just 1 spoonful. I had a gentleman named Carl, 74, widowed for 3 years and just starting to date again. He was embarrassed to even bring it up, but he finally said, Doc, everything else is working just fine. Except me. His energy would crash in the evenings, and his sleep was inconsistent. Almond butter is a circulation support tool hiding as a snack. It's loaded with magnesium, a mineral that acts as a natural relaxant for the smooth muscles in your blood vessels, lowering resistance and encouraging blood to flow where it's needed. More importantly, it contains arginine, an amino acid your body converts directly into that all-important nitric oxide. When you have a tablespoon of almond butter before bed, you're sending a signal to your entire vascular system: relax, restore, rebuild. It also keeps your blood sugar stable all night, preventing the hormonal disruptions that kill energy and performance. Carl started having 1 spoon of almond butter on a single whole grain cracker an hour before bed. 2 weeks later, he walked into my office with a grin I hadn't seen before. Doc, he said, I feel 20 years younger. My girlfriend noticed, too. 4. Tart cherry juice, the sleep circulation superfood. This one feels nostalgic, doesn't it? That tart, ruby red drink from our childhood. But for men over 60, it's a secret weapon. Leonard, a 69-year-old retired bus driver, came to me with a deep frustration. I'm there mentally, he said, but physically, it's like my body left the room. He was struggling with broken sleep and low energy, a vicious cycle. I introduced him to tart cherry juice. Here's why it's so unique. Natural melatonin, it's one of nature's richest sources of melatonin, the hormone that governs deep, restorative sleep. Anti-inflammatory power, it's packed with anthocyanins, powerful antioxidants that fight inflammation and boost nitric oxide production. This means while you're in a deep, healing sleep, the juice is actively helping your blood vessels open up and repair. Leonard started with a small 8-ounce glass 30 minutes before bed. Within weeks, he was sleeping through the night and waking up with more energy. The surprise bonus? Stronger morning erections. I didn't expect that from cherry juice, he laughed, but I'll take it. 5. Pumpkin seeds, the mineral powerhouse. Sometimes the greatest power is in the smallest packages. Don't overlook these tiny green seeds. I remember Don, a 66-year-old engineer. His main complaint was frequent nighttime urination. Doc, it's like clockwork. 2, 3, sometimes 4 times a night. I wake up exhausted. This is a classic sign of an aging prostate, which can constrict the urethra and impact blood flow. Pumpkin seeds are a triple threat for men. Magnesium, like almond butter, they relax blood vessels. Zinc, this is arguably the most important mineral for male health, critical for both testosterone production and prostate health. Phytosterols, these plant compounds have been shown in studies to help reduce prostate swelling, improving urinary flow and indirectly boosting nighttime blood flow to the entire groin area. Don started taking 2 tablespoons of raw pumpkin seeds before bed. Within a couple of weeks, his bathroom trips were cut in half. Within a month, he felt more rested, focused, and surprisingly, more responsive in the bedroom. It's like something inside me woke back up, he told me. 6. Nature's Viagra in a spoon, watermelon and its rind. All right, I promised you this, and I've saved the most surprising one for now. We've talked about good foods, but this one is a game changer. I call it nature's Viagra in a spoon for a reason. I had a patient, Arthur, 78. He had tried everything and was on the verge of giving up completely. He felt his intimacy with his wife of 50 years was lost forever. It's not just the physical part, Doc, he told me, it's the connection. I miss it. I asked him to try one thing. A bowl of watermelon before bed. He looked at me like I was crazy. Watermelon? That's a summer picnic food. Trust me, Arthur, I said. Here's the secret, watermelon is the single richest natural source of an amino acid called L-citrulline. When you consume L-citrulline, your body converts it into L-arginine, and then into nitric oxide. It's a supercharger for your circulation. You might think, why not just take an arginine supplement? Because your body absorbs and utilizes L-citrulline from watermelon far more efficiently, creating a more potent and sustained nitric oxide boost. The ultimate pro tip, don't just eat the red flesh. The highest concentration of L-citrulline is actually in the white part of the rind. I told Arthur to chop up the watermelon, including a good bit of that white rind, and eat a small bowl an hour before bed. The result. 2 weeks later, Arthur came into my office with his wife. He didn't have to say a word. The look on both of their faces said it all. He was reconnected, revitalized, and felt whole again. A simple spoonful of a summer fruit gave him back a piece of his identity. 7. Greek yogurt, the dual-action repair crew. If you want a food that works tirelessly all night long to rebuild you, look no further than Greek yogurt. Robert, a 70-year-old former football coach, still had a firm handshake but confided that inside, he felt soft. My body just doesn't keep up, he said. He, like many men, thought eating late was bad. I told him a strategic meal is not just good, it's essential. Greek yogurt is a masterpiece of nutritional engineering. It contains 2 types of protein. Whey protein, digests quickly to give your body an immediate repair signal. Casein protein, digests very slowly, feeding your muscles and tissues a steady stream of amino acids all night long. This dual-action effect provides the perfect environment for rebuilding muscle and blood vessels during your deepest sleep. Add some blueberries for antioxidants or a dash of cinnamon to help with blood sugar, and you have a therapeutic bedtime snack. 8. The ultimate rebuilding shake, my personal prescription. For men who are serious about turning things around quickly, especially after an illness, surgery, or a long period of decline, I recommend what I call the reset button shake. This isn't some trendy powder. It's a precise blend of ingredients to give your body everything it needs for nighttime repair. The recipe, in a blender, combine 8 ounces of unsweetened almond milk, 1 scoop of high-quality, unflavored whey protein isolate, for fast absorption, 1 scoop of collagen peptides, to rebuild blood vessel walls and connective tissue, 3 to 5 grams of leucine powder, to act as the on switch for muscle synthesis, a pinch of cinnamon. I gave this to George, 75, who had lost significant muscle after surgery. He felt weak and disconnected. Within a few weeks on this shake, his posture improved, his stamina returned, and so did his sense of pride. I'm finally rebuilding, he said, not just muscle, but my confidence. 9. Your doctor's final word, you are not broken. If there is one message I want to burn into your mind today, it is this: you are not broken. I don't care what your age is, what your lab results said, or how many nights you've laid awake wondering if your best days are behind you. The narrative that aging means an inevitable decline is a lie. You are not broken. You are rebuildable. I have sat across from hundreds of good men who believed that lie. But I have also witnessed, time and time again, what happens when a man decides to stop giving up and start giving his body what it needs. I've seen men in their 80s regain their spark. I've seen marriages healed and self-respect restored. Your body hasn't stopped working. It's been waiting. Waiting for the right fuel. Healing doesn't have an age limit. Tonight, you have a choice. You can continue the same old routine, or you can take one simple action. 1 spoon of almond butter. 1 bowl of watermelon. 1 commitment to yourself. That's all it takes to begin. Start a new chapter. When you stand in your kitchen before bed tonight, ask yourself, what does my body need to feel alive again? And then give it that one thing. Let your healing begin while you sleep. If this video spoke to you, please hit that like button so I know this content is making a difference. Share it with a friend, a brother, or anyone you know who might be struggling in silence. You never know whose life you might change. And finally, I want to hear from you. Leave a comment below and tell me, which one of these foods are you going to try tonight? I read every single one, and your story might be the spark that inspires another man. Thank you for being here. Thank you for choosing to heal. Stay strong, stay hopeful, and I'll see you in the next video.